Hey, what's up, 2K culture? It's your boy Indy, 2K all day, every day, in the house and the place to be, coming back at you with another My Team banger. And today, guys, we got 5 days left until the beginning and start of season 9, the final and last season of the cycle for 2K25. And there's a few things that you should be doing in preparation for season 9. I wish I would have made this video a day or two ago when I had zero MT in my account, and I went from zero MT to 6.2 million MT. And today I'm going to show you how you could be making 100,000 MT per day, and how you could hopefully stack up a few million MT before season 9 starts and before the massive market crash. And believe me, guys, when I say it's going to be a massive market crash, it's going to be the biggest crash of the year. Cars that are like 300,000 right now are going to be buy nows or under 100,000. Cars that are like 100,000 are going to be down to like, maybe 10, 15, 25K. So you're going to be able to do a lot of shopping and go splurging in season 9 if you get ready and you prepare for it in season 8. So at this stage of the game, you should be listing any sort of players you have in your collection. I don't give a fuck if it's your favorite player. List them. You could always buy that player back again in season 9 when he's going for much cheaper. But besides that, you want to be selling your playbooks. You want to be selling your takeover boost, your badges, but most importantly, you want to be selling your sneakers. Right now, everyone's got their favorite endgame card. They're stacking up their whole team with endgame type of cards. They got their favorite invincible team, their favorite GOAT team going on, and they want to put their favorite player and that whole team in their favorite sneakers. So right now, sneakers are flying off the shelf and they're selling at a high premium price. And the other day I sold a pair of, I think it was Adidas AE1. I sold a couple of them for 10,000 MT each. And sometimes you'll hit some home runs like that where a pair of sneakers will hit like 10,000 MT, and then that same pair of sneakers, the very next sell is only going to sell for like 500 to 1,000 MT. So the sneaker market is really up and down, but just list your sneakers, list them high. Sometimes you're gonna get people to buy on those really, really high prices. So I got 49 items pending in my auction house right now. We're gonna redeem it, and I'm gonna show you how I can go from a 6.2 to 6.3 overnight and basically make 100,000 in just one night. And if you do this every day, if you should constantly have 70 items in your auction house. You should be listing them twice a day for 12 hours each. And like I said, go with the highest price on everything: your sneakers, your takeover boost, your badges, your playbooks, your arenas, all of that stuff. List it for the highest price possible. List it for the highest price that it may be going for. And you'll be surprised how many people bite on that high price and just buy it up real quick because it's the next one up for sale. And you could easily make 100,000 MT per day just doing this method and just doing these type of tactics. Okay, so we're gonna start at the top and we're just gonna go through all of my pending items. I got 48 pending items that sold out of 70 items the last time. Okay, I got 25,000 MT for 100 overall Jawan Howard. Like I said, if you have any players in your collection, even if it's your favorite player, just sell it. Sell everything that's not bolted and locked into the ground. And you could always get it later in season 9 when the market crashes. And there's gonna be a massive market crash. So 25,000 MT for Jawan Howard, 7,500 for Omar Caspi, 7,005 for Darko, 4,900 for Zach Levine. And this doesn't sound like much MT, but believe me, it adds up at the end. 2,700 for Pascal Siakam, 5,500 for Jerome Kersey, and even lower tier cards like gold cards, emeralds, sapphires, rubies, even they're going for a hefty price nowadays because of the rarity and scarcity of those cards nowadays. There's just no way of pulling those type of budget cards anymore in season 8. So their market value has gone up in price. 3,900 for Dino, 5,500 for Chris Mullin, $3,100 for Eddie Jones, 25,550 MT for Galaxy Opal Carmelo Anthony. And that's what I mean. I listed it for an outrageous price and someone bid on it because most likely it was the next one up for sale. So just have everything that you have in your collection, just list it for the highest possible price, and you'll be surprised how many people are gonna bite on it. Most of the time, I don't try to corner people in with a minimum with a maximum buy now price and then a minimum starting bid. I just always leave the starting bid open. So this way, no matter what, it sells. It doesn't matter if it sells for 500, 1,100, or 25,500. As long as you get something for it, something that was just collecting dust in your collection, doing nothing, and something that you could sell in preparation for season 9, to stack up your MT. And you got to start getting ready now. It's pretty much the last minute to be getting ready for season 9. You guys should have been sold had sold your cards like around day 9, maybe when there was 7 days left, when there was a week left. Jared Wallace went for 5,500, 4,850 for Julius Randle, 1,800 for Jalen Rose, and we've already surpassed 6.3 million MT, which goes to show you it all adds up eventually. And we still have 35 pending items. 500 MT for DeAndre Ayton. Who cares? 500 MT for Fred Van Fleet. As long as you get something for it more than what it goes for, just sitting in your collection, collecting dust, that's all that counts. That's all that matters. And like I said, you should always have 70 items in your auction house, and you should always be listing at least 70 items twice a day. And because not everything is going to sell the first time, so you're constantly having to reload it back into the auction house until it eventually sells. 3,300 for Jericho Sims, another 3,300 for Jericho Sims again, 500 for Kobe Buffkin, 500 for Cody Williams, 500 for Jalen Pickett, 2,200 for Mitchell. Okay, now, for example, this pair of sneakers went unsold. Send it back to the auction house. Send them all back to the auction house. And that's all. You just got to send it all back to the auction house and then just relist it. Now, here's the same pair of sneakers. They sold for 1,750. Another thing, if you have like 20 pairs of sneakers and they're all the same sneakers, or 20 badges or 20 takeover boosts, and it's all the same badges and takeover boosts, list it all at the same time. List it all for the highest possible price. And that way you'll be able to control and dictate the market. And people are just going to think, well, that must be the new asking price for this item. So if you have like a lot of stuff in your collection and it's the same stuff, just list it all at once and try to control and dictate the market until you sell it all and get rid of it. 700. And look, I made 1,750 off of one pair of Air Jordan 3s, and then another pair of Air Jordan 3s just sold for 500. It doesn't matter. As long as the majority of them sell for your high asking price, it doesn't matter if a few of them didn't sell for your high asking price. At this stage of the game, it's just time to get rid of all of this stuff that's just sitting there collecting dust in your collection. And all of it's going to add up. Just a few days ago, I had 0 MT. I sold 6 of my GOAT cards. I had 8 GOATs. 2 of them were non-sellable. I sold the other 6, and I went from 0 MT all the way back up to 6.3. And I'm pretty sure by the start of season 9, when they drop the Invincible and the GOAT packs, I'll most likely be up to 7, maybe 7.3 million MT. And that's just from selling sneakers, quick selling stuff that may not sell too quick in the auction house, stuff like badges. Right now, badges are not a hot commodity. Your bronze, your silver, your gold badges, all of that stuff is selling really slowly at a snail's pace. So just quick sell that stuff. The only stuff you should be selling is sneakers and takeover boosts right now, especially Chef and Satellite, and any sort of trying to think, any sort of jerseys in your collection. People are also collecting a lot of jerseys because it's like I said, everyone's got their team that they want to run with till the end of the game. Everyone's got their end game cards, their invincibles and their goats, and they want to deck them out in their favorite team jersey and their favorite sneakers. So right now, that's what's selling the most, as you can see. And then let's go take a look at my auction house real quick. As you can see right now, it's pretty empty. I've got maybe about 20 items in here I have to list, but then I'll be going back to my collection. And as you guys will see, I still have about 285 pages worth of stuff to sell. I've been selling stuff since the end of season 6, and I haven't even put a dent into all of the sneakers that I have. Oh great, the game glitched out on me. But you can see it's all sneakers. Like I said, I have about 285 pages worth of stuff still in my collection to get rid of and go through. And some of this stuff, I'm just gonna have to quick sell it. Like any sort of sneakers that are only good for like 1 game or 2 games or 3 games, I just quick sell that stuff because that stuff is gonna take forever to get rid of in the auction house. But as you can see, I still have 216 pages. I used to have 295 pages, which is the max, and I'm down to 216 pages. But that's after weeks and weeks of selling. And if you don't have the time to sell your stuff in the auction house, I hate when people do this. It makes me cringe, but I guess you could just quick sell everything at this stage of the game. I'm not sure how much time you have to unless you plan on being on the game for all of 2K26. Let's say you don't plan on jumping on 2K26 and you're just gonna stick with 2K25. Well, then I advise you to take your time and sell everything through the auction house. And at least for the next 5 days, you should be selling everything that you can in the auction house. And then in 5 days from now, when the new season begins and starts and that market crash happens, you might want to quick sell everything then, just so you could be ripping go packs with your MT, or hopefully, be buying some invincible and go cards out of the auction house, out of the crashed auction house. But that's my advice. Like I said, sneakers and jerseys are really hot commodity right now, and that's my advice is to sell them as quickly as possible. So peace out, 2K community. I do it for the 2K culture. Stay savage, never average. 6.3 million MT before endgame, before the last and final season, before the huge massive market crash. That's well above motherfucking average. Peace, fam.